Today we're looking at the Burmese civilization on maps like Arena, and we're going to go for a Double Castle Arambai push. It's going to be a 27+2 population build order. Now the skeleton of this build order, I've kept it the same as other castle drop build orders I've done, so you'll be able to check those out on the YouTube playlist. And the reason I've done that is that it keeps a bit of consistency, and you just have to make small changes here and there for depending on which civilization and strategy you're going for. Now we're going to start off with our usual 6 on sheep. We've built our 2 houses, of course, and we're going to need to push in deer. I mean, you've got plenty of time to do that on Arena, and we're going to push in 3 deer because that's usually the minimum you get on an Arena generation, so we're going to stick with what we can get as a minimum. We will speed the video up at sometimes just to quicken things up a little bit. Feel free to pause it if you feel you need to catch up on the numbers of villagers on each resource. You can check that out on the top left of the screen. So we've started to send our villagers to wood. And let's speed things up a little bit. So we're going to have 4 villagers on wood. 6 on sheep, 4 on wood, and then we're going to grab the boar. We'd usually push in 2 deer before we grab our first boar. And that should give us enough food under the TC before we grab the boar. So that's the 4th villager on wood. Now we're going to send 1 villager to grab the boar. Now after that, the villager is going to come out to build 2 houses and then go to wood. 2 houses, wood. And then the next villager after that is going to go to build a mill and then of course go to the berries. So there's the mill foundation. Now after that, the next 5 villagers are going to go to berries. So we're going to have 6 villagers on berries in total at this stage. Okay, you can push your deer in a little bit later if you want to reduce a little bit of rotting, but I'm just doing this so that we can show you, even with a bit of rotting, you can make this build order work pretty well. Okay, we've got 5 villagers, just 1 more to go to the berries, and then we're going to grab the second boar. There we are, so we're going to have a look for the second boar now and grab that. And here he comes. Now after that, the next villager is going to build a house near the stone, and then is going to go to stone. And then the next 5 villagers are going to go to stone. So before we click up, we're going to have 6 villagers on stone in total. So we're going to have 2 now, and then 4 more to come out from the TC. Keep shift clicking your sheep so that they're taken efficiently and you're not taking multiple sheep underneath the TC, of course. Now once you've got about 4 or 5 villagers on stone, you want to build a second mining camp on the other side. You're going to need it for efficiency because you're going to have up to 12 villagers on stone at one point. So you're going to have 6 before you click up. Now the last 2 villagers before you click up are going to go to gold. So we queue up 2 villagers, and now we've queued up the Feudal Age as well. Now at this point as well, we're going to want to drop at least 1 farm. Actually only drop 1 farm, and we take the rest of the sheep. Okay, so well on our way to Feudal Age. Now we need to think about what we're going to do next. We're going to queue up 2 villagers. Now those 2 villagers from the TC are going to go to stone. When we're done with the berries, the villagers from the berries, 2 of them will go to stone and the rest will go to gold. From underneath the TC, 2 of them will go to stone and the rest will go to wood. So we have a theme. From expiring resources, we take 2 villagers to stone, and from the berries we take it to gold, from the TC we take it to wood. 2 from each group of villagers to go to stone. So we'll have 6 in total now. We'll get 2 from underneath the TC when the food runs out. We'll get 2 from the berries when that runs out, so that'll make 10, and then we're going to get the next 2 villagers from the TC to go to stone. We'll have 12 on stone in total. Now once you've hit Feudal Age, of course you take 2 villagers, and we're going to take them from wood to build the market, 1 villager to build the barracks, and then once those are built, we should be clicking up to Castle Age. Okay, so that's 1 new villager from the TC and 2 villagers from underneath the TC with food. Okay, we've researched Castle Age, and we will want to get horse colour as well as soon as we can afford it. So we see 2 villagers going to stone from the berries and the rest going to gold. Once horse colour comes in, you want to build farms as soon as you can with the villagers from stragglers. So you'll have 6 farms. That'll be enough to keep the TC running. And what you'll want to do at this point is take a villager from stone to build a house, and you want to control group them. You want to have one group as, for example, group 1 and the other group as group 2. Seeing as you have 12 on stone, you want to split them up in 2 groups of 6. So one group will build one castle, one group will build the other castle. Now, you will notice here as well, before we got to Castle Age, we actually got padded archer armor from the blacksmith, because that will give us extra armor for the Arambai. So you get padded archer armor. Now that we're in Castle Age, this is where we need to just get our castles down. As soon as we hit 1,300 stone, we have one group of villagers going to build a castle there, and another villager group to build a castle there. One group will then eventually go to gold, and one group will go to the wood line. Any new villagers from the TC will be going to wood. From here, you just want to keep up with the villager production, keep them going to wood, and as soon as you hit about 17 to 18 farms, sorry, wood cutters that is, lumberjacks, you will need to think about switching your villagers from the TC to go to gold. So we'll have around about 18 on wood, and then switch your villagers to go to gold. And that should maintain your double castle Arambai production. Okay, 2 castles are gone up. Now you can queue up your Arambai, 6 queued up already. So the first resource you'll be a bit short of is wood. So all the TC villas will go into wood until you hit about 18, and then you'll switch villagers to go to gold. Eventually you'll also want to build a second mining camp to make this a bit more efficient. And once you've got a nice healthy mass of Arambai, you'll push forward and attack your opponent. If you're interested in the written build order, do have a look at the YouTube description. It will give you some pointers of how you can grab hold of it. And as you see, we've got nice steady production. Okay, we had 18 onwards, so now we're building our second mining camp and the villagers are going to go to gold. We're moving forward with our Arambai, and we're going to start attacking the gate. And we've got a nice healthy number, and we should be able to do quite a bit of damage. So that's the build order in a nutshell. You'll want to get at least 18 on wood, and then start getting villagers to go to gold. You'll want to eventually get your gold mining upgrade as well. And then from there, you should be able to do a lot of damage. You may want to think about getting ballistics, but you may also want to think about dropping a second TC, or, well, getting villagers to straggler really. Once you've got enough villagers on wood and gold to maintain 2 castle production, you'll start to want to get villagers on straggler tree and drop farms. Once you have about maybe 12 farms, you'll be able to think about dropping your second TC to maintain 2 TC production of villagers. And meanwhile, you're probably causing a lot of damage. So it's a pretty strong build order. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next video.